I was back east with Amanda at my brother's cottage, and I came out on the porch one night and she was reading a segment from Soda Lake, my recent book, near the end. And you can't ever regret that, or you shouldn't get in that rumination flow, you know, because I don't regret, even if the book doesn't get published because it's so challenging, I don't regret it because that journey was so worth it. Even though it's the only one of my books I really don't understand. You know, I need to talk to my daughter or other people who have read parts of it or all of it. The fact that I've written a book that I don't quite understand gets us back to the unconscious took over a lot in that book. And so it didn't really let me in on understanding it, and that's okay. You know?
When you're writing or tapping the muse, you're tapping the God, but you're tapping into yourself. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love, okay.
Let's react to that, and then we can move a different direction if you want.
Yeah,
Because I was just thinking, I was looking at my notes for a second. I apologize because I was jotting something down at 4 a.m. when I was ruminating, knowing I was going to come and chat with you today. And I was remembering decades ago when the great Susan Sontag, I was getting my PhD at Boston College, and she did a reading, and there was Q&A. And this is 1980 maybe. And somebody asked her a question about, is the novel dead? And that was a very hip kind of language to speak in graduate school. You know, after all the experimentation of the modern movement and the postmodern movement, have we kind of just, has the novel kind of spun out? We've done everything we can with experimenting and different narrators and different ways of telling stories. And I'll never forget her answer. It's been a huge influence on me and the way I write and think. And she said, you know, the novel's not dead as long as the individual continues to evolve, and as long as our sense of the individual keeps evolving, and then the artist finds a way to record that, the novel lives.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And I think that's what I was talking about. I think that's how I look at this book, Soda Lake, is it's about a new variation of the self, a variation of the myth of the self, a variation of the myth of the self that I'm humbly kind of putting out there.